Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So today I really want to talk about a new topic, and it's called the poor and middle class money traps. So I don't know if you guys are like me, but I have been in the middle class my whole life. My parents, they struggled just to sustain a middle class, but once I got into high school, then I realized that we were actually poorer than what I had had originally thought. You know what I mean? So all right, so let's get into this. So middle class is the backbone of America. We all know this. Hard workers come from this class. We work for everything that we get. We don't take anything for granted, and we certainly need to start with an emergency fund, guys. So growing up, we actually had a savings account, but never really had any money in there. I don't even know what happened to it. I think it just kind of dwindled away. But growing up, my parents did not have an emergency fund, and and my mom was a very good budgeter, so I'm pretty sure at one point in time they probably did have some kind of savings or emergency fund, but it was not sustained. My dad was a spender, and so I'm sure we didn't have a savings account for very long. So first thing you want to do is have an emergency fund, whether it be $500 or $1,000, but make sure that you have one, because guys, life is gonna happen, and expect the unexpected. So you definitely want to have a emergency fund, whether it be 500 or 1,000, or you can even have above that. So depending on your cash flow and your situation, but make sure you have an emergency fund. All right, so number 2 is not investing in retirement fund. That means a Roth or 401k. If you are a full-time employed and your employer offers a 401k, or you can do a Roth as well, you have to ask. So I knew that my current employer does a 401k, and I really wanted to do a Roth as well. So I had to basically ask them, hey, you guys do Roths too? And they said yes. So I'm doing both at work. So I know I only get one match on one of them, and that's okay, because the other one it's after tax. So when I retire, I can take out any amount of money I want, and I don't have to be worried about getting penalized or taking out too much. That one is kind of like the bonus one. So I'm really excited about that. But make sure that you're getting those free dollars from your company, or if you change jobs, roll that one over into your new company and keep it building, guys. Keep it building. Number 3 is, once you get to a certain point, you're gonna need a financial advisor to get you where you want to be in the future. So if you don't have a financial advisor right now, don't worry about it, because if you're not really close to retirement, it's okay. You know that you have a ways to go. But if you're getting kind of close, I would say between the 5 and 10 year mark, it's time to go see a financial advisor and see exactly where you're at, where you're going to be in those coming years. You always want to set yourself up for success, and this is definitely one way that you can do that, is to make sure you're on the path, right? You want to get the most out of your money, you want to get the most out of your retirement, and a financial advisor can surely get you there and point you in the right direction. And find one that you like, one that you connect with, one that keeps you in the loop. Just don't pick anyone. I know I'm kind of the person where sometimes I want to know the ins. I want to know everything. All right, so I am that type of an investor. I do a lot of my own data research, because that's what I do. So make sure you're connecting with someone that isn't afraid to explain things and be hands-on. All right. So number 4 is don't buy things that you don't need. This is one of the biggest middle class money traps. We're in a consumer driven age right now. It's buy, and everything is expendable. It's crazy right now. And even with our economy not doing so great, guys, this is not the time to be buying. This is the time to be saving and holding on to assets as much as you can, because we don't know what's going to happen within the next, 6 to 12 months. So we want to make sure that you are prepared for those next months. Don't just be, willy-nilly buying, new cars, and, it's not the time. Now is the time to stack money. All right. So the next thing that I really want to talk about, so assuming that you'll always be poor, guys, we need to change our mindset. So yeah, I grew up in a family that was middle class, struggled, and then eventually my parents got divorced, and then I knew we were poor. Once my parents divorced, my mom had to go out and get a job. We were poor. We actually had to have summer jobs so that we could help with buying our school clothes and stuff like that. And it actually taught me a lot about money and about the use of money and sustaining our family as a whole. But don't assume that things are always going to be a certain way, because they're not. So you need to educate yourself and really teach yourself everything you can about finances and about how to sustain yourself. And don't get into the consumer trap debt either, like credit cards and just blowing money that you don't have. That's not free money. Credit cards are not free money, guys. It can be used as a really great tool, and remember that. So just don't assume. And also, it's a habit we learn from the culture that we're in, is money habits. So you learn from your friends, you learn from family, people that you're around. So surround yourself with really great people that are intellectually, financially stable, and they will teach you more about money if that's what you need to learn. So you want to surround yourself with people that are smarter than you so that you can take away some really great attributes of those people that you're hanging around with. It's true. Knowledge is power. All right, guys. So poor and middle class. Also, you think that you only have one income stream. That's not always true. So you need more to generate wealth. So, and even earning additional money. So people have Etsy shops. Got a little side hustle here and there, right? Mowing lawns. My mom, she's a seamstress on the side. She does a lot of crocheting, but she also does, hemming pants and shirts, and she takes in wedding dresses. She earns a lot of side money. She's always has cash because she's always doing things for other people. So find other income streams. Just because you have a full-time 9-to-5 job doesn't mean that you can fill some of those time slots with extra side hustle money. I do it on the side. I do Survey Junkie. Yeah, you don't earn a lot, but it's a little bit because I'm just sitting on my butt anyway, so I might as well be filling that time with earning extra money. And I've been putting a lot of my extra money in my Robinhood account. So my Robinhood account has grown to almost $2,000 just from side hustle monies, a little extra monies here and there. And guys, it all adds up. You'll be amazed at how quickly things add up when you start doing a little bit of money for, one thing we don't want to get into is don't struggle with time for money. Because sometimes it doesn't work out that way. But if you find a side hustle where you're just doing a little bit of time for, a decent amount of money, then it will be worth it. All right, so avoid risk and playing it safe. So asset building and preparing yourself for something better. So that's why we do 401ks. That's why we do Roth. That's why we do Robinhood accounts, do extra savings challenges, side hustles, all that kind of thing, because you don't want all of your money in one. You don't, like the old saying says, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket because something could happen. It's going to rain. So for asset building, you want to diversify. And that not only is in your 401k, your Roth, your Robinhood accounts, IRAs, investments, all those type of things. Those are asset building financial tools. All right, so create a plan of action too, and just don't go willy-nilly, but learn everything that you can. And it's okay to kind of jump in cold feet. It's okay, but don't start investing in things that you don't have any knowledge about. Gain more knowledge and put yourself and set yourself up for success. So always, if you don't have a lot of knowledge, seek out those certain things. Ask around, Google it, go to a library. There's all kinds of books on financial, no matter what it is you're thinking about, whether it be IRAs, how to do stocks, how to pick stocks, how to read the market, how to read NASDAQ. What is it? What does it do? And how can you capitalize on that? So focus on things that add value as well to make you really think about where you're putting your money in those types of things. But remember, guys, you are your own best financial advisor. If it doesn't quite feel right, then don't do it. Gain more knowledge before you jump into something, and just keep trying. If you fail a couple of times, like me, I've picked a couple of bad stocks. I'm not gonna lie. I threw it out there. I have before, but it's okay. And as I gain more knowledge and gain more independence in being okay with my picks and holding them for the long term. So that's the thing about the market, or whenever you're in, whether it be Webull, Robinhood, whether it be E-Trade or whatever. If you're not confident in the stock market, watch some videos of other channels, see what they started out with, and then devise a plan. Do 2 or 3 stocks to start off with, see how you like it, and then you can slowly introduce more. But remember, guys, you're not stuck in the status that you're at right now. If you're in the lower class, it's okay, because you don't have to stay there. Gain knowledge and get yourself out. Remember, every single opportunity is afforded to every single person, but you have to go get it. It's not just going to come to you. And that is the same thing with wealth. It's out there. You know how to get it, but can you gain the knowledge enough to receive it? That's the thing. So everybody wasn't born rich. We were born kind of poor. My parents were middle class. I was not. I was in the lower class, and it's okay. And now that I'm older, I'm 52. I have to say that out loud. I'm 52, but it doesn't mean that I'm stuck where the status that I grew up in. You have to do better than the next generation, and that's really what you teach your kids. You want great things for your children, but remember, a little bit of struggling is going to make them understand that money doesn't grow on trees, and that you have to be smart with your money. Don't get in a lot of consumer debt. Have a savings, have a plan, and live kind of frugally. Buy things that you need instead of things that you want. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with that. That's the poor and middle class money traps. Don't get stuck. And remember, your status that you're born in, you don't have to stay there, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.